Hello, my name is Doug Leisure. I wanted to record this short video to show you the steps for adding your church logo to the receipts and reports in my 2024 version of my donation software. Okay, so I have the donation software open. I'm on the receipt tab, and so the idea is that we would like to put a copy of our church logo up here in the corner of the receipt. So if you remember from earlier videos, most of the tabs here are protected, meaning you're not allowed to make changes to it. So step one is we just simply come here to the review menu and we unprotect this tab or this sheet. Alright, now that it's unprotected, we are free to make changes to it, changing the formatting, the width of the columns, the height of the rows, any of those things, but it also includes adding the church logo. So what we want to do is we want to add the church logo up here, but I'm going to suggest we start by putting it down here, kind of in the empty area. We'll put it down here, size it, and then move it where we want it to go. So let's go ahead and go through those steps. So we use in Excel, we use the insert, and we're inserting a picture. We're putting it over more than one cell, and we're going to get the picture from, let's do it again, from this device. And there's a dialog box, and we are allowed now to find or search for the picture that we want to insert. Now I happen to have it sitting here in this particular folder, and I'm going to use this one. Our church is the Castlewood Alliance, which is part of the Christian and Missionary Alliance, and this is our logo. So I'm going to go ahead and select that, insert it, and you'll see it drops down where the cell was that I'd selected before I did that insert command. But look how large it is. There's no way it's going to fit up here. So we come down here, and from my perspective, the best thing is to do a shift, hold down the shift, come to the corner, and now we can start to move our mouse to shrink the size. I don't know exactly what size it is, so we'll get something close. Move it up here and see what does it look like. In fact, we can even just move it over here kind of in place. There you can kind of see the size by the square around it. So we can actually make it just a little bit bigger. Alright, that looks like it'll fit in there just fine. So we've added the church logo to it. It fits very well in the upper left hand corner once we size it appropriately. While we're here, we can change, like I say, the size of these different fonts. Definitely this one down here. That's a little bit small, so let's come up here and hit the increase font. Maybe we'll just go with that one. That looks pretty good. And then save our changes. Okay, so now when we print the receipts, let's go ahead and do that. I'm sorry, let's make sure we are going to ask for the dialog box because that'll let us preview it. Yes, we do. Okay, let's go ahead and print the receipt. Print the annual receipts. Are we printing for all donors? No. So we want to print for donor number 1 and see what it looks like. Open the dialog box for the printer. Yes, and preview. That's what our receipt will look like that we send out to our donors. So our logo in the upper left hand corner, and the fonts are a little bit larger, much more readable. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at one more thing, and that would be on the reports. And I just wanted to show this to you because it's a little bit different, only in the sense that what we have here, where the header part of the report is being displayed, it's just one cell over on the receipt. Sorry, it was multiple rows here. This is one row, so we need to make it, step 1, unprotect it, so we can modify it, and then we can make this row height larger. And then let's come back here to this receipt. To the receipt, we'll take this icon, and we're going to right click and say copy over to the report. And now we can paste. See, it doesn't matter which paste, shouldn't matter which one. I think the paste picture is probably the best choice. And how does that fit? Oh, it's way too big. So two choices: either make the header bigger or make the logo smaller. Right, and if you do that, then now we look at the font size here, and it's like, that's too small compared to, because of all the white space we have. So we probably want to just enlarge that. Okay, so I just wanted to show you those two aspects of it. And when you're done, just please go ahead and protect the sheets. We'll do the same thing on the receipt. Let's see, we leave our cursor there and protect it, and then save your changes. And those are the steps. It's pretty simple to adding your logo. I'm going to do one more thing though. The logo, oh sorry, really important concept. Our logo here you'll see is in black and white. If your logo is in color, please remember when you come back here to the parameters, we have a question here. Let's see, we're talking about receipts. Do you want to print the receipt in black and white, yes or no? So for me, printing in black and white is yes, because my logo and all of the other words there are black and white. If you put a color logo there and you want to print it in color, then you'll need to switch this to no. And then of course you'll need to be printing on a color printer. So just make sure you set your print in black and white, yes or no. Set that accordingly if you have a color logo and want to print your receipts or your reports in color. All right, now last concept, I just want to come back to the receipts again. As I said, the logo here fits just fine, but what happens if my logo doesn't fit? So I'm going to go ahead and go through those same steps and pick up a logo from thanks to my friend Dan down in Arizona, the logo for the Church of the Wind. Fun little church, and the logo is pretty interesting too, but it's also much larger than the one I just showed you. Let's just walk through those steps real quick and see what that's like. So insert pictures, overcells from this device, and let's pick up the logo from the Church in the Wind. Oh, and I didn't put I failed to put my cursor down here, which would have been the right starting point. But now that it's here, I want to size it for that. So let's go ahead and take the corner, shrink it a little bit, move it up here, and we're getting close. But look what's happening as I'm moving my logo over here. It's hiding all of the words. Right? It's a much larger logo and it's hiding these words. So next thing you want to think about is for all of these words, by default they were centered. So if we just simply left justify them, then we're getting close. The address, the church name and address fit just fine. But the title here, the first row is not fitting. We're still hiding it. So let's go ahead and take all of these rows and make them a little bit larger. That might be a little too large. Shrink it down just somewhere in between. Come on, somewhere in between. Then we move this one down a little bit. Now we can actually make that a little bit larger. And the other thing you might want to do is you might still want to center the first row. Okay, but the concept is, I just wanted to show you using fairly simple, straightforward Excel formatting features how you can tweak this the way you want it to look. So I just wanted to show you both aspects of that, putting your logo here, but also then controlling the font size, positioning, whether it's centered or left justified, right justified, all those kinds of things. Simple, straightforward Excel formatting that you can apply to the receipts and the reports so that you're customizing them the way you want them to look. And again, last thing you want to do, go ahead and protect the sheet after you're done with your changes and save your changes. Okay, well, that was the video I wanted to create and share that with you. Thank you.